What is up, everybody? It's Thursday night. Y'all already know what that means. We're in the pit once again. I've lost track. I think this is episode 96 or 97. So we've done this before, so y'all know the drill. So I'm going to bring in my man. What is up, my brother?
Hey, man. Only thing I can say, listen, it's Heavy Metal Eve. So you know your boy is stoked. I'm super excited. First of all, we haven't been to a death match in last death match that we got to go to and play around. It was Rocco versus Luchador Insane. So that was before Christmas, man. It's been a couple months. I'm ready to get rowdy. I have a cane, man.
He has a cane.
I broke my foot today. I broke my foot, and I had to get a cane so I could make it to heavy metal.
I don't know if that's. I know he has a cane.
I have a cane and a broken foot.
And a cane. He has a cane.
It's just a cane. There's no broken foot. It's $4 cane. I was deathmatch shopping. You gotta get the good shit.
What is up, JoJo? What is up, Matthew? Let's bring in the rest of the usual suspects. Our yay mail moment. She's just laughing at the cane.
I'm still laughing at the cane. I was like, I'm telling y'all, wrestling fans are weirdos. They see a cane. I think you need help. You need transportation.
Okay. I can't tell you why I brought the cane because it's just gonna make it sound worse. But I already have too many bats. I have too many bats here. I brought a cane, and I just thought this is variety. The Ultra Crew's never brought a cane to
that has to be the first time that's ever been a reason for someone to buy a cane ever in the history of the planet Earth. Because they have too many bats.
I have so many bats, guys. I have so many bats.
That is amazing. That has to be the first time in the world. That's world records. We got to get Guinness. Has anybody ever bought a cane because they have too many bats?
I bought this too. This one cane. I'm ready to go, man. It's Heavy Metal Eve. I'm stoked. You know your boy is excited.
Well, before we get too carried away, let's bring in. We got one more of our usual suspects in here, Mr. Poodle Bro himself, always probably doing something, buying something.
He's ordering shit. It's Valentine's weekend, man. He's got stuff to buy for his lady.
I just put off this beautiful jersey. I think I'm good for right now. You know.
Aren't you a Knicks fan?
He's a Nets fan. He's been a Nets fan. We fought about that.
I've been a fucking Nets fan, bro. I know what the hell you're talking about.
You're just a bandwagon fan.
I'm a bandwagon fan. I was a fan when it was the worst run team. I was a fan when it was the worst run team in all of sports. When they were winning like 15 games, I was watching those stupid games. Say I'm a fucking bandwagon fan.
We've covered this before. He's a Nets fan. Yeah.
I'm just ready for baseball to come back so he can start talking about the Knicks and I can start talking about the Cubs, man.
The Knicks?
You mean the Yankees?
The Knicks?
Wait.
Lord. Okay. Wow.
That's a good way to get it going.
I was like, wait, what?
Okay. Yeah.
First of all, I bring up baseball. Second of all, saying the Nets or Knicks for baseball.
Yeah, that was and the best part is he was thoroughly confused too. Yeah. I know exactly what he was trying to say.
I was like, I should have had the cane to do this to like give him the hook, old school hook.
Oh, okay, give him the Sandman.
Yeah, let's wait for baseball season. I'm ready. I already ordered some new Dodger stickers. We're getting everything going.
I can't wait to see you guys choke again in playoffs.
Calm down.
I can't say shit. The Yankees.
I was about to say, come on now.
Yeah, I know. Dude, this is the Yankees.
Like, squeeze me. Yeah.
We won. We won like the year before, so it's cool.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
I'm not gonna rub it in, but we have won.
And
it's been a while. Eventually you'll get to our beautiful 27. I'm saying.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. It'll be 27 for a while, so that's cool. Anyway, this is a wrestling show, not a sports show.
This is a wrestling show, not a sports show.
Change the subject. I don't want to hear about this 27.
Are you trying to say wrestling is not a sport?
I know. Okay, calm down, McMahon. Calm down.
I know, God.
Anywho, let's bring back the sport expert himself.
Sport experts.
I meant the Mets. Dang, that was stupid too. Like I was like, damn.
For sure. And you're thoroughly confused, dude. That was the best part.
I had a good idea, like how to spin it back. I was already in time.
Why don't you ever click the link, Jeff? You know how to click the link, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. Speaking of Jeff, y'all got to give a shout out to GCWA because
I was going to say that's like perfect.
I'm not
that
even
he just
listen to
did
me.
that.
I'm not even talking about the matches. Like just the fact that GCWA is actually pumping shit out to get people excited about Mania weekend.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah, the whole
conversation in
thing.
the group chat today, like somebody asked who was going to what, and we were all like, "Well, nobody's really announced anything yet." But GCW or GCWA, they've already announced several matches. Gino or Cardona versus Gino, isn't it?
Yep.
Ooh, man, good job.
Bandito's going to be there. Yep,
Leading the pack. Bandito, ooh.
Yeah, they're killing it. It's going to be great. I'm sad that I'm not going. So what else has been going on this week? I know we're going to talk about heavy metal, but we got a special guest coming to join us to talk about that, so we can wait a little bit.
Out of a cane.
We have a cane, so we got that going for us. Anything in New Japan happening?
Yeah, actually, I was just looking that up. It's actually gonna happen this Friday. So now New Japan is back from come back from another pause. Now he wants to talk to me now. For pause because people had caught the COVID, or not so much caught the COVID, but they had elevated temperatures, which they're very sensitive about. So, buddy, I'm talking right now. Give me a second. So, the thing that stands out to me is back in the day, their New Japan. When I say back in the day, I wouldn't say 2 years ago. I'll give you more water in a second, buddy. Come here. Give me the cup. So, but before New Japan would be like every show was a must watch show, like from top to bottom, right? Now it's become a promotion where you pick and choose, right? It's sadly gotten to that state for many reasons, right? Because of COVID, because of restrictions, because guys like who we're gonna talk about, I'm sure, Switchblade or in the States. You have Osprey killing it in Rev Pro. If you have not seen
everywhere
that
he goes.
Oku, yeah, if you haven't seen that Michael Oku versus Osprey in Rev Pro, oh my God, that was amazing. I'm telling you right now. But because of those reasons, that is why New Japan has a pretty weak card. So I'm just gonna say, so we have like Master Wato, which is El Desperado. Master Wato is blue. That's all it really has to say about him. And he's a master. He's a grand master. I don't know of what, because he's not really, what is he? Grand master of Tai Chi, grand master of fucking Kung Fu.
Flash.
No one knows.
Grandmaster Flash. Oh wait, no,
Yeah, he does little nice kicks, and he dresses in blue. So that should be pretty. I talk shit about him, but he's actually gotten much better than how he used to be. Where he looked like he was a deer in the headlights. And I saw his stuff in CML, and that shit was awful. So, and then we have, now we're gonna skip that because that's, no one wants to see Honma in the match anymore. Honma, unfortunately, I love Honma, but his days of being relevant and actually being good in the ring has long past him. So we're gonna pass that. Oh, here we go. We have Bushi and Takahashi versus Dookie and Kanemaru. So, of course, that should be fun because it's fucking Takahashi and it's Dookie. And again, Dookie, I've been saying before, it was a year of Tai Chi. It's a year of fucking Dookie, man. I think this year they're finally going to give him a good push in the juniors here. After that, we're going to. So it's Evil, Yujiro, and Dick Togo versus Ishii, Goto.
Say it with more enthusiasm. Evil. It's evil.
So the thing is, it's like oh, you have Goto and Ishii. Like, okay, at least this is something. Their partner's Tenzan. Like, I thought he retired. Like, come on, like, really, we're gonna have Tenzan? Like, who's excited to see some good old Tenzan versus Jujiro? No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I do not believe you. I do not believe you. Oh, Evil, yeah. So
no, he told me he's very excited for it. Josh said he's very excited for it.
That's a skip. That's a massive skip. The next one is another 3-way with. Who cares about that one?
Would Angel interview Evil? Would you interview Evil, or would we have to keep you in timeout because you would just be rude to him?
No. I mean, come on. I'm not a fucking heathen. I'll say, I have no issues with him. I have issues with his booking. I have issues with.
You think Evil is good?
I think he's a decent wrestler when he wrestles. When he wrestles, there's a reason why I have his picture up here.
This is a breakthrough. You're not there yet. But it's a breakthrough. Good job.
Yeah, no, but again, we're talking about now. But the thing is the sad reality of it is that it's very much almost like a WWE type of situation where he's gotten over. He's won championships doing evil shit. Like like if I was him, like, who cares? Sure, I'll do less work and act like a fool to get main event spots, why not? So it's never a knock against him. It's the complete knock against the booking, his character, his little stable.
Steps. These are baby steps. I like it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's all you about to get from me because I'm not watching that fucking match. I'll be honest.
You came a long way. You came a long way.
Like next one is like Kojima and Great Khan. That should be good. I have not much to say about that. You have another 6-way. Like like these matches really is not really that exciting. Like I'm trying to give some excitement to y'all. I'll tell you, hey, go tune in Friday. This is a must-watch New Japan event. I can't even do that. I can't even get excitement. Like you
already said enough. Evil's there.
Hey, I said Evil, but can I sell you on Tiger Mask?
I'm ready to go.
Hold on. I'll get there in a second. But I'm saying, can I sell you on Tiger Mask versus Gato? That's a fucking match.
Yeah.
In fucking 2022. Gato versus fucking Tiger Mask.
Sure.
Really.
Put Evil in there.
Yeah, and then Joe versus Show. So really, listen, New Japan. I went down the list just to tell you, fucking watch one or two of those matches. See, I'm not gonna say it sucks. It sucks is a very strong word. Sucks is a very strong word.
Okay.
I will say that it's definitely gone on the back burner of how it used to be because there's still quality matches and they still have great wrestlers, like for sure. It's just not there in regards to matches. So if you don't watch New Japan, go watch Noah and all that. But I will say to that answer about Jay White, which we can just cross over now to fucking. Should we do AEW now? Want to do AEW or?
No, we're not going to do AEW next. We're gonna talk about heavy metal next.
Okay, there you go. Go.
Yep.
So
were you gonna answer, Robert. We can talk about that. We'll talk about that with AEW then.
Yep. Hold that, Robert.
I don't know if anyone caught this, but Brad has a cane.
Yes, he has a cane.
I broke my foot today, guys.
Oh my god!
I got a cane for it. It's gonna be fine.
So Brad has a cane. So we're gonna talk about heavy metal because that's why he has a cane. But like I said, I did mention in the beginning we were gonna have a special guest join us to talk about heavy metal this weekend. So let's just bring in an alumni of In the Pit. It's not his first time here. And is it Lahoot? Now he's here. What is up, Mr. Aaron Mercer? What is happening, my man?
What's up, guys?
Brad has a cane.
I saw that. What? How did you break your foot?
No, I didn't break my foot.
He bought a cane.
I bought it for heavy metal because I have too many bats. Tell
him the reason why you bought a cane.
It was $4, Mercer.
No, because you have two. No,
like $4.
He bought a cane because he has too many bats.
Oh, I have too many bats. Way too many bats.
Obvious.
What kind of bats are you bringing?
Oh my God! Okay, so I found some plastic bats today.
There's a purple shield.
We already got a pre-wrapped barbed wire bat in the trunk. We got some carpet strips. We got a cane.
I hope one day somebody you get stopped by the police on the way to like a death match and they search your vehicle and you have to explain a barbed wire bat, a cane, and like a child's bat covered in tacks or something.
I think Mercer can talk on that as well because don't you have a barbed wire bat that was made by?
Yeah, I was just about to say I always get nervous when I pass a cop because I keep my barbed wire bat in my car at all times. So I don't know how I would explain that, but. Yeah,
it's like I'm Aaron Mercer. That's why.
Who?
It's like that's not what your ID says. Anyway, well, we're not gonna do this. So heavy metal's Eve. Let's talk about heavy metal. What's happening at heavy metal? Go.
No ring deathmatch show. First show back in. I don't know how long. How long has it been?
Forever. It feels like a long time.
Months.
When was the last time? I mean, months definitely. First show of 2022.
Power Blood wasn't the last one, was it?
There was one after.
I think that you guys had a couple in the mall, but I don't think that heavy metal's run.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's no wrestling in malls.
There's no wrestling in malls.
That hasn't happened since the 90s.
There's never been wrestling in a mall. I totally forget that.
Since the first Nitro, right?
Yeah, especially not in San Antonio.
Never.
So yeah, it was. Yeah, you're probably right then. Yeah, was probably the last show then. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Oh, we better bring it then.
Overdue. So no ring deathmatch. What's the card looking like?
Several people from out of town, no less. You guys brought in gas.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, it's no ring deathmatch. So you have to have Cass. He's kind of like the innovator of that. Also, he's our deathmatch champion, so why wouldn't we have him? Got to have the Kirks. Russell Rave was already using them, so obviously, why wouldn't Heavy Metal, use them as well? They're a huge name in the deathmatch community, and everybody loves the Kirks. So
we've talked about them here in the pit before multiple times. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, there's not many couple tag teams in Texas, I don't believe. So I feel like
ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think Vert has ever done any.
I was about to say you've got a couple first timers on the card, Vert being one of them.
Yeah. So it
really?
should be interesting. Yeah, I don't think she's done any like hardcore type of anything. I know Adam has.
She did a bull rope match. She did a bull rope match at AAPW, but that's all I know of to my knowledge. I know Adam took on Super Crazy last year at Raza Unida, so he's familiar.
Yeah, Adam's been there.
And me and him had a wild one at Lucha Brutal recently. So
yeah, I was gonna say it hasn't been that long. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he can definitely bring it. We'll see if Vert can hang. I mean, Casey is one of the the toughest chicks out there. Brandon, he's one of the best out there. Like regardless of deathmatch or just pure or whatever you want to do, he's one of the best out there. So that's gonna be a fun match. What else is there? Jeff and Great Scott.
The friendship has come to an end, and it's time. It's time to settle this once and for all.
They've been partners for years, it seems like, in the commission. Their little stable. Sorry, my kid's making noise.
It's all good.
No problem. Yeah, and
we're very familiar with kid noises in the pit.
They had their squabble or whatever recently, and sorry, and yeah. Good. So I mean, we'll see how that turns out, because I mean, we all know Great Scott. He's no stranger to death matches.
No.
Right.
I've technically had one with him at ICW.
Yeah,
he can definitely bring it. He had the one with Ruben in the tournament, I believe.
Ruben, yeah,
that one was brutal.
Y'all actually had the longest match on that card, also of the night when you fought at ICW.
It was going to be longer too. A little behind the scenes there, but yeah,
things
stuff happens.
But yeah, Stud Stash versus Luchador Insane tomorrow.
Yeah, Stash has been out with an injury for a while. His quad, I believe.
Yeah, he wrecked that at the showcase.
Yeah, but I mean, if anybody saw his promo video, like dealing with death and hardcore type of stuff is nothing like compared to what he's been through. So what better way to test that than, throw him in there with somebody who's insane and see what he can do,
Not a stranger to death matches at all.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, we haven't really seen Stud Stash in heavy metal very much. So I mean,
no.
Why not
especially work as working a match either. I mean, I think there was a couple of times he was a manager, or what do you want to call it, bodyguard.
Right. Yeah. Right. So why not see what he can do,
Yeah. And against Insane, I mean, that's a good test.
I do. I love it. I think Stud Stash came back from his injury even better. He's been grinding. He's so good.
Yeah. I was one of the first. I was one of the first people he talked to, like, after he got hurt, and like obviously me having been there recently, I just told him, just work your ass off. I mean, it's always going to be here waiting for you. You're going to kill it once you come back, and we're going to see what he can do. So
I was with him backstage when he had the injury, and was and said the same thing. Yeah, so it's.
I heard it was like on a freak thing too.
Nothing. Yeah, such a nothing moment. That's why.
Yours though. That was how yours was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes with most injuries. So what else we got cooking? There's still a few more, isn't there?
Yeah, also got Johnny Bedlam and Gary J. That one is going to be a fight.
Bedlam.
I'm excited for that one. That's a straight, just they're going to pound the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I honestly don't even expect them to use many weapons, if any. They're just going to fight.
Yep.
They're going to use these weapons.
And just in case anyone worries about that, there are a lot of deathmatch companies that book Gary J, and he oftentimes comes out match of the night not being a deathmatch.
Yeah. He's one of the best in the world at just like pure fighting.
Yep.
Like he's great. I have firsthand experience. That's, I think, my number one favorite match I've had was with him, just because of how hard hitting it is.
I was gonna ask.
I'm a masochist, so like I love feeling the pain. So he brought it. And yeah, I mean, Bedlam doesn't really do those styles of matches, so it'll be interesting to see what Gary can bring out of him.
Yeah, somebody that finishes with submissions and kind of uses like what Bedlam does. It's not really a fist fight kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's very an interesting matchup. I think it's right. Bedlam does always bring it though. Like his matches are usually show stealers. So
absolutely. Did y'all see his promo? How intense he was? Like,
oh my gosh.
He's easily top 2 on the mic in Texas, and he's not number 2. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
About to get a receipt.
This is
my kid's about to get a receipt. That's what's about to happen.
But you need a cane. Numero dos has a cane.
I need something right now. I'm getting beat up.
You never know when you need a cane. When you have to do that.
Go watch Pokemon. I'm almost done.
You stay over there until backup.
What else do we have? We actually have another match that hasn't been announced that's going to open the show. Is kind of like the dark kind of match. It's going to be Cuervo and Decimus. Little lucha.
Cuervo.
Yeah.
But Cuervo brings it too. Like that match he had with Ruben at PPW was
right. It was crazy good. Cuervo.
That kid did not stop bleeding for hours.
I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I wasn't there at the cookout, but supposedly Cuervo and Decimus both brought it. So, why not?
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that happening though.
Give them another chance to show what they got in front of a bigger audience. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
That sounds like it.
It's a great card.
I mean, what else? I mean, that sounds like more than enough to make a comeback.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's only 6 matches, but there's plenty of time for them to breathe. There's a band that's going to play in between the matches as well, so there's not going to be really dead time.
Oh, nice. So there's going to be performances too.
Yeah, it'll flow. And I don't know if I'm giving away any secrets or whatever, but the setup is going to be kind of like how Raza was set up with the guardrails, and
all right, cool.
It'll be just like the mat on the ground. So
I'm gonna be there early. I'm gonna be there early.
I'm surprised you're not already there. Oh, because you had to get the cane.
I broke my foot today. I was on my way to head.
Oh my god!
He had to get a cane. That's right.
I think there's gonna be there's gonna be a few people there around like 3, I believe. So if you want to get there like a little after that, I mean.
So let everybody know where it's happening at their case.
At the 502 bar in San Antonio, Texas.
Back at the 502.
Nice.
Yeah.
We love the 502. The 502 is great.
I've seen a heavy metal show there. That was a long night. Yep. That's a cool place though. That's gonna be a good place for a no ring death match.
Yeah.
It seemed like the show that I saw there, the ring was kind of in the way.
Yeah, I don't know how it's
like it took up a little bit too much of the room, but that's cool.
I don't know how it's gonna work whenever we start having like regular shows. Because I never wrestled there whenever there was a ring. I was still hurt when they did.
How to get better?
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
So
especially with the stage and the ring, and it's like what, like 8 feet between them.
Yeah. So
it works, but it's different. But that's cool. I enjoyed watching the show there. It was good.
So I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be a fun night tomorrow night though. I'm probably gonna get no sleep.
That's how it works.
Well, we won't take up any more of your time with the kiddo, man. We appreciate
Yeah,
you
man.
getting hyped this show, Mercer.
No problem. He's trying to shoot on me right now. So
I was gonna say,
as soon as it's done, street fight, receipt.
awesome,
beat
man.
me up with a jacket.
Well, as long as it's not a cane.
Right.
If he needs a cane, though, we know where to go. Brad's your man. Appreciate you jumping in, man.
Right.
Thank you so much.
All right. As
always,
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Right.
Be safe.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We probably just said also that tickets are at the door.
Takes her out the door. I
figured we could cover that. He was getting beat up by his kid.
Yeah, no,
We can't be having our big tough death match. Macho guy.
Yeah. Kayfabe, bro. Kayfabe, bro.
This is the first show out from under the Dunbar, the Dumbrella. The Dunbrella. No more Dunbar. No more Dunbrella.
No more Dunbrella, Ella.
I almost went there too. I'm glad you did.
I'm super excited to see what these guys can do. I love heavy metal. Honestly, every time you go out, heavy metal goes hard. They're one of those promotions that just kills it, and
that's one of your favorite promotions in Texas. I mean, we can. I know it's one of your favorites. I mean, so that's cool. I've been to a few shows. I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy it everywhere.
Yeah, I really think that's where like the Barachos really just really.
That's
where
the
really
bond
strengthen
began.
our bonds. The heavy metal shows.
I mean, it's a wrestling show at a bar.
Yeah.
Hello.
Before the tacos, man. I'll tell you, before these, some great tacos out there too. They're old.
Yeah, $5. They used to have a $5. They still have it, kind of a $5 tall boy and a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$20.
I got so fucked up that night. I remember we took a picture and I was like, I don't remember this.
Yeah, you sat next to me and talked and you don't remember probably half of it.
No,
I feel like there's a couple of wrestling shows where Angel has pictures of himself and he's like, he doesn't remember half this.
Yeah, no. I remember the what else makes me laugh is the GCW show in Austin where we all took like a picture and like Brad looks all just like off. I'm like, Paul's in the back just like looking all confused. And I remember I forget who posted it. I was like, I literally don't remember taking this picture.
Right.
Like Paul always looks.
Yeah.
I love Paul. I can say that.
Oh, Matthew's never been to a heavy metal show.
Yeah, Matthew's never been. That's very known.
Wait, is he old enough?
Yes.
He is old enough. He just doesn't. He doesn't get to travel as much.
Oh.
Come tomorrow, Matt. Come on up.
Yeah.
Hang out with us.
Someone would take him. He would go.
I'll take you.
Sans vehicle.
Come over to my house. You can ride.
Just drive from Corpus to Austin to go to San Antonio.
You can ride with me.
Yeah.
Don't forget
drive
the
from
king.
Corpus. Drive right past San Antonio. Drive. I'll take you up.
Oh my god.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Cool. So let's
You
now
gotta-
we kind of teased it earlier, so now I guess we can shift to AEW. I guess some things happened. I'm probably gonna end up in timeout on this one. I guess I can already see it coming. I think there were some debuts of some people that people got excited about. But,
Okay.
I want
that's
to talk
fair.
about it. I'll just sit here for a minute if y'all want to talk about it.
Well, you know what? Hey, let's talk about, to my opinion, the one a lot of shit happened. That was a great episode of Dynamite, but the one where I marked out and I started screaming was Jay White.
Yeah.
Man, when he showed up, and it's just like it's like he just showed with his back. He had his jacket. You see the fucking marks. I'm like, oh my god, fucking Jay White. Because oh my god,
I love Jay White. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
and
that's
and
not what I was insinuating, by the way.
Oh, you're
I love Jay White.
I have no problem with Jay White.
I love Jay White. I thought Jay White was going to be the guest, and when I saw him in the backstage, I was like, okay, well, he's not the guest coming out.
And it's great,
I'm
though.
not gonna lie, though, the person they did bring out to debut, I was like, cool.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
Like,
Before we go there, I just want to say what I love about what they did with Jay White. They're doing a very slow build. Yes. Yeah, for sure, 100%. They're doing a very slow build with Cole taking over and taking out Omega, right?
Yeah.
And this is a brilliant one that we've always seen, because for people who don't realize, like Jay White took over the Bullet Club, and he was the one that took out Kenny Omega and sent his ass packing to North America. So there's always been teases. They've always gone back and forth on Twitter. They've bitched and moaned about Meltzer ratings, blah blah. Who's their true leader, whatever, right? But now this is like another chapter with Cole just manipulating things and really be able. So I'm curious. I don't know what to expect out of Jay White. I know he's doing great stuff on Impact. So and New Japan is strong. So I'm excited to see him in AEW.
He
The
does
fact
great
that
things
he's here,
everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
I'm kind of curious though, since they brought in Jay White and now technically Chris Bay is part of Bullet Club and he's part of Impact.
Yeah,
he could potentially make the crossover as well too.
That would be great.
That would be great.
Really cool.
And we got to remember, like with Jay White, I mean, they had when Omega was still the champs or whatever for Impact before he lost to Cage. They had that whole back and forth teasing that they were going to do something. So that seed was planted a year. It's been like a year
ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, not the Omega Blade. I mean, Jay White thing, because that's been years. But like North America, like that was already kind of like the last time we saw it. Didn't I beat you? Like that's what Jay White was like. Remember the last time we were in the ring together?
It was. I love it. So I totally marked out for that.
Brilliant. He's brilliant.
Yeah. Now for Keith Lee. Okay, so I'll let you guys talk about Keith Lee first, and then I'll say my piece about it. Oh, hold on. Okay. He took himself out.
He took himself out.
Okay. So Mel. So what'd you think about it?
Anybody else got any shit to say about my pain?
Old man yells at Cloud.
You kids need SoundCloud. Damn y'all.
Hey, so for real, one thing though, you mentioned like Adam Cole stirring the pot. Keep in mind though, like every Bullet Club leader, with the exception of Finn Balor, was ousted by the new leader. You know?
Oh wait, y'all aren't talking about him? I'm gonna stay then.
Oh no, because
we're about to talk about it. We're about to talk about it.
That was the only point. I just wanted to make that one point. Like I want that comes into play. Like Adam Cole.
Okay, let's listen. Okay, so for those that don't know, Keith Lee showed up. Now, for people that are not in Texas, for this is what I've gathered so far, right? People that have seen him in Texas, seen him in the grind in Texas and the Indies and all that, all have at least one story of having a negative interaction with Keith Lee. That I give him that, and I've never, like, when I met Keith Lee, it was in Ring of Honor. It was a different situation, but I totally understand why people here in Texas may have issues with Keith Lee. Mel, go ahead.
No, I mean, I honestly, I've never really seen him live, so I've never had an interaction with him. I'm just kind of like, he had a great run in NXT. I thought he thought he was gonna have a good run at WWE. Then they started changing him and changing his gimmick, and I feel like he lost some steam. But overall, I've always been kind of like, cool. He's good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pop as hard for him as I do for like some other guys that they've brought on AEW.
No,
I know people love him, and that's fine. You guys can love him. I'm sorry, but I don't want to bask in his glory because I don't see what's basking about.
No, and honestly, I do feel a lot. He has a lot to. I think his run with WWE really like soured a lot of people on him. Just because I remember in Ring of Honor, I thought he was great, and then when he was with I just forgot the promotion, but one that they went out of business. But I see him have a whole bunch of really good matches and all that. And I'll give him this: if you bring someone like Keith Lee in that big, which he got big. You got, you know, hey, he's married now. He's a married man now. So, hey, be careful, man. That's the first thing. Hey, you get married, man, you get fat. I'm saying, shit.
Wow. Big? Or you saying like big, like famous?
No, dude, no. If you didn't see him, dude, he was,
Yeah. He's
so here's my other question: why does he get a pass when they're telling all these guys, "No, you guys better get in shape"? They told Joey Janela, "You better get in shape." They were telling people in the back, "You got to have a certain look. You better be fit." And then they're like, "Oh, by the way, we're signing Keith Lee," and you're just like,
"Leave his hands."
But I think because I think it's
but they're there.
Yeah, no, I think it's because the body type. It's like it's part of him. Like now, yes, now he does look a little rotund and all that. But I'll give you this: that if you were to bring someone in,
everyone has abs. Some are
I know.
Okay. Wow.
I don't have abs. Fuck you guys with abs and the V with the damn V. But yeah, no. But like I would say, but one thing with NXT and then just another promotions, like if you bring Keith Lee in, that's how you debut him. Like he came off looking like a beast, just like the and hey, more shout out to Homeboy who's taking all those bumps.
Dude, Isaiah Cassidy can bump. That's why they put him against Isaiah Cassidy, because that dude can fly. He can throw himself.
Yes, you that one throw he threw him like, oh, I was like, oh shit. So
that's that's why they put them. And I'm going off track a little bit, but that's why they put AQA against what's her name for the
Jade.
Jade Cargill.
Yeah,
because AQA can fly, and that girl can throw herself.
Yeah, I feel bad that they had her debut against like Jade. I mean, I get it. I mean, I've never heard of AQA. One of the guys who used to be here told me about her, and I was like, okay, cool, another Booker T person. But I was like, I didn't find her end of the match bad. People like because I heard some people, if you don't feel like talk about like Dave and all that, that said that they completely put it on her. I'm like, no, like she was doing her part. It's just the boat. Jade is very green. AQA, I mean, I think she was 2 years, 3 years or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that girl is solid. I mean, that shooting star press that she does,
dude, that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous.
She never misses, and it's so impressive.
I think it just goes to show you, though, it's Jade. It's a work in progress. She has all the intangibles. It's just, can she get it in the ring? I thought that was one of her better matches, and I mean, that might be kind of sad, but I mean, but no, but I legit, I thought it, like, you know what? It's funny. I saw a picture of her and DMC.
It's safe now, Josh. It's safe.
Yeah, it's safe now. You're good.
I will say this. I had a
make, but it's not about Keith Lee as much.
I have a bone to pick with AEW production, only because when you're listening to if you go back and listen to Dynamite back, you can hear the producer on the headset on the microphone. You can hear the audio going. You can hear body, turnaround.
So supposedly that was the ref. No, so that was the ref telling, like, the ref was actually, if you look at back the match, look at the ref very closely. I didn't notice this until, because I saw the match after Field said, look at the ref. He's legit like, just like telling them the spots.
I was they do that, but usually don't hear it. Usually don't hear it. Yeah,
sure. You're right. I don't know.
That happens every match everywhere.
That's why I thought it was.
Don't break kayfabe. I don't know that, man. Shit.
I mean, oh yeah.
That's why I thought it was the producer, because I was like, how is it going over live on TV? You can hear it.
That's a big problem.
And I was like, what the hell? I was like, I get it, but like, where's the microphone, man?
Yeah, they did him no justice there.
So they kind of set Jade for a little bit for failure over there. That's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, it's
she don't need help with that.
No, that's the last thing she needs help with other stuff.
Yeah, doesn't. I mean, she's trying though. Like, I mean, I don't hate on her. It's kind of like what you were saying about the evil booking. I mean, are you gonna say, oh no, I don't want to be the first ever TNT champion? You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna say, hell yeah, I'm gonna just squash everybody and be a champion.
And honestly,
as I learn how to wrestle, you know what I mean?
And at least it looks like she's taking it seriously. You know, she's working with Daniel Bryan, unlike like in the past, other people that have been in her situation. Like Goldberg, you know,
they think they're entitled, and they're I'm here already. I'm the champ. So what else? I don't got to work anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas she's like, oh, I'm going to take this, but then be something because I want to matter and actually be, respected.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it.
I like it. I mean, like I said, it's a continued work in progress. I'm just curious to see who else they put her with. If they're going to do another of a invitational, or are they going to put her with someone else, or I don't know. But
yeah. So
it's all right.
Before we get too far along, we have one of our other guests that's going to be kind of coming in a lot more often. He got a late invite though, so he's just going to join us. Hey, what is up, JP?
Hey, JP.
Hey, Brad has a cane.
He has a cane.
I saw the beginning of the show because I got the notification the show started, and then Angel called me last minute because I had to run daddy duties real quick.
This is the kid session.
It is, dude. All kids are coming here.
Yeah.
Dang. I like mine in a room, and everybody else gets to bring theirs. I'm just kidding.
Well, she's now watching all the wrestling.
Tied up right now.
She's a big Suzuki fan, so because she does his evil laugh. So
Yes.
Nice.
I'm glad
Nice.
JP's
What's
here
up, pal?
because I'm ready to make a point.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What you all are experiencing as AEW fans, not that I'm not a fan of AEW myself, but what I think is happening is I'm calling it the NWO complex. Because if you really want to look at the situation for what it is, Keith Lee is actually a decent debut for that company. If you look at star-wise or stature-wise. No, hold on. Okay.
See, why did you bring him up?
Keith Lee. That's the only time.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is, like, people were so, like, dudded with this one. Like, even if it's like he's a bad talent or whatever, people were expecting so much out of the show. And even if you add Jay White twice,
he is a bad talent.
It wasn't nearly as good as what it was supposed to be. And honestly,
wait, what?
Okay, man.
I completely disagree with you.
I just want to tell you something. I have watched 3 episodes of Dynamite live. Okay.
Okay.
The first one.
Okay.
The one that we went on the cruise. I watched that one when it aired, and that wasn't even live. So I was just watching it there at the show. Like, I was at the show, so I wasn't even watching that one on TV. And I watched last night's episode. But I see all the clips. I read the results. I'm always current with y'all. We have this show. I just never visually watch it. A lot more better shit has happened on that show than what happened.
I just thought last night's show was just a fun, fantastic show in general.
Oh, great show.
Yeah.
Great fun show. But it's NWO effect, dude. Who's coming through the door? Like, at some point, like, you start adding guys like the Big Boss Man into the NWO, and people just don't care about it. Like, but I really feel like that's the debut situation here. Like, even if you take out New Japan guy, Impact guy, we're always shouting about the door. We're always talking about this shit. We're always talking about that shit. But at the same time, we can only fit so many marbles in this jar.
Yeah, I get it. And I see what you're saying. But if it's not a talent, I mean, I don't think Jay White fits in that because of his level of who he is. I think personally.
And
he's still technically feuding with Kenny Omega.
I was gonna say, like,
Jay White is Macho Man, and in this
Macho Man
scenario, he's a Macho Man. Like, he makes perfect sense to be in this scenario. Like,
that other guy that we're talking about,
that gets it. Yeah. Bearcat. Big Bubba Rogers. You know, like that. I about that. Like, when Big Bubba Rogers and guys like that would join the NWO, Buff Bagwell, all those different dudes, like, it was supposed to feel special, but we've done this.
It felt special the first 6 or 7. 8.
Right.
Yeah, no, I see exactly what you're saying.
I just
wanted to clarify though that you were not talking about Jay White.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jay White was amazing because
Jay White's amazing. Jay White belongs there. Jay White's the Macho Man of the situation. Bearcat was just a fake Sting. You know what I mean? Like, stuff doesn't make sense.
So I'll say this. I completely disagree with you about the show yesterday was a dud or wasn't lived up to the hype. And hear me out. Now we're on one aspect of, like, Keith Lee, right, and Jay White, right. But let's talk about that MJF initial promo. Was one of the greatest things I've seen in AEW do. That is how you sell, like, beating a top guy, to getting a Macho King treatment, having the little layouts and all that.
That's what
and
MJF does. Yeah.
Dude, and then again, continuing to lay the seeds down for Wardlow. Then
that builds his game better and better each week.
It is, and that promo was, I loved it. Everyone had. Then we had the tag team with CM Punk and John Moxley versus FTR. That was a great tag match. I don't know what to expect out of that, because honestly, with CM Punk and John Moxley, I don't know how they were going to mesh. And I think this is going to lead to even a bigger storyline down the line with Bryan Danielson having some of these older guys being, hey, we're around.
Because I think the dud aspect that he was talking about was the debut, the big debut. They hyped up. The debut was a dud. I don't think he said the whole show was not a dud.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Josh is 100% right. When it was
that's fair.
what JP said, super fun show. I enjoyed it. There wasn't a bit of it that I didn't enjoy. I felt like it was standard. I felt like
the debut was a dud.
You sent us the video in the middle of the day, or the text, and it was like, watch all of it. Watch all of it.
Yeah.
Jay and Keith Lee were out in the first half.
Dude, but see, that's why I said watch all of it, because from the start to finish, like, there was some stuff here and there.
Matches are always solid.
It was solid. Like, that main event, that Texas Death Match, like, it was great.
That's what I want to talk about. The AEW fan base is ready for more blood.
Yeah, dude, they're ready.
If you think about a couple years back when we had that Joey Janela and whoever else it was, like the death match. And
Moxley. It was Moxley.
Janela. And then we also had Kenny Omega. And like, oh, is it appropriate? Is it this? Is that? Now you have a Texas death match. Both guys busted open, lots of blood, and the fans love it. That's my thing. Is like, do you really need to keep bullshitting people with this forbidden door crap when you have guys like Hangman Page and Lance Archer who can go out and be the real topic of conversation for this show? Yeah. That's what should have been the focus. That's what they should be driving home. But TK and everybody keeps doing this whole list. That another person. This person's all elite. That person's all elite. It's NWO, man. It's old. Like everyone's all elite. Yeah. I think that what I really was impressed was like the normality of what AEW already puts out. But I think when you start telling people like, "Hey, it's the Super Bonanza," you know what I mean? Like what your favorite restaurant says. Oh wait, now you should come try it. Tonight you gotta come try it. And it's still kind of the same thing. After a while, it gets old.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, honestly, I don't.
Fans are already online. Almost not all, but a lot of fans online are starting to be just over TK and
So being that that question that JoJo asked, though, we'll ask Melanie since she's our AEW expert. Like, do you think it's just too much star power?
You know what though? I think the thing is that we're gonna start seeing. I don't think so because I mean, look at the way places have been in the past. I mean, they've created their own stars. When Sammy Guevara came in, nobody knew him. If you weren't from Texas or really follow the indies, you didn't know who Sammy Guevara was. Yeah. If you didn't follow AAA or Lucha Underground, you really didn't know who, let's say, the Lucha Brothers are. They've created these stars.
They were in Impact a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they were Impact.
Pentagon was, Ray wasn't.
But like a lot of these guys were not what you would call mainstream wrestling stars or mainstream wrestling names, and now they are. Yeah. Britt Baker, same thing. Nyla Rose, same. I mean, Chris Statlander, if you weren't following the indies, you didn't know who they were.
I mean, we know who they are, but we're not the we're not the norm. We spend our Thursday nights in the pit talking about wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you had to be following. And you had to be following wrestling from like coast to coast. Yeah. Japan. You had to be watching Impact. You had to be watching all these different brands to kind of figure out who these people were, if anything. Especially like Lucha Underground, since a lot of these guys came from Lucha Underground or Ring of Honor or New Japan. Yeah. But I mean, if you weren't watching anything, you didn't know. I feel like they've created a lot of these guys, and some of them have become talent. Some of them become stars. Yeah. Whereas you have guys like, unfortunately,
some of them their contracts expired and they're gone.
But, yeah, exactly. But like, I think we're going to start seeing.
They're not all home runs.
Yeah, they're not like Angelico.
Hey,
like Angelico and what was it? And his partner Jack Evans.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think they're gone. I honestly, I don't see them staying.
Marco Stunt. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know how you can say they screwed up Santana and Ortiz with that promo yesterday.
Dude, that was great.
That was crazy good.
Christian.
But I think that's the whole
reaction at the end of the promo was just fantastic.
But that's been the story arc. That's the whole story arc. I mean, you can't tell me they've screwed them up. No way, because they've pushed them. They've been in tag team.
They're inner circle.
They're part of the inner circle. They were hated. They were over. I mean, no
they can do it all. They're so entertaining.
This is a promo 2-year story arc going on.
Yeah.
I mean, they're amazing. They had them team up with Eddie. They've had them team with
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston again, which they used to be the LAX together at another.
Exactly. They've had Homicide? Not Homicide.
Yes.
Yeah, Homicide was LAX.
Homicide.
Yeah. Homicide. Hernandez.
Yeah. So I mean, they keep building these guys, but it's a story that's been being told about they're getting frustrated. But then same thing, like they said, okay, if it wasn't for him, I would have kicked your ass a long time ago. So I mean, but we've seen that. We've seen that progression. They get more and more frustrated.
I see where your comment was. Why you're saying someone screwed up Santana Ortiz. Come on, Christian, you're better than that. I'm going to put it on here too. I missed that. I was like, what are you talking about? Who said that they screwed up Santana and Ortiz? I mean, is it because are you saying they're screwed up because they haven't had a title run? But when you're the level of them, you don't need. That's the whole point.
That's the whole point of the work. Like, honestly, how do you take 4 guys like that, like Jake Hagar or whatever, Sammy and LAX, and put them underneath Jericho without like breaking them apart without it being about Jericho. Like the good Lord, the good Jericho giveth, and the good Jericho taketh away. You know, I think that's really kind of what it's about. Like they're tired of that shit, and I think we're about to see a lot of.
But I don't. Do you really think that hurt Santana and Ortiz though? Being a part
no,
I don't think so.
People have got to remember that a lot of these wrestlers that they're watching, Santana and Ortiz are a great example. They are indie-based wrestlers, and you're used to seeing them on the indies. The world of the indies, the timeline is so much faster. What takes guys 2 or 3 years in the main roster takes them 2 or 3 months on an indie promotion. Because in an indie promotion, you have a lot of in and outs. You have a lot of guys come for one show, don't come back. It's easier to navigate that. When you're on a main roster, you're on there with a ton of people. There's storylines. Everybody's got to get a push. Everybody's got to get that return on investment. I think LAX is about to blow the fuck up in the AEW team. So I agree. I think that comment, Christian, you know better than that. I want to talk about something that was a comment that we just saw, because this is something I have yet to hear anybody complain about. I haven't been on Facebook much today, but maybe I'm wrong. Matthew made a comment about messing up the main event. Said, since when do we allow countouts in a death match? Texas death match won by a countout, Matthew. That's the interesting thing about a Texas death match. So here's my one gripe. AEW had a Texas death match in Atlantic City and didn't even follow the fucking rules, because the rules of a Texas death match are that you have to get a pin and then your opponent has to stay down for a 10 count. All they did was incorporate the addition of a 10 count. That's what makes the Texas death match a Texas death match. It's a pin and a 10 count.
That's true.
That's good to know.
I didn't know that, actually.
He's right.
Yeah. I was surprised more people didn't catch that. It's totally okay. I think that it's actually a dumb stipulation. I like the whole not coming back for a count out. But a lot of people said that, like,
we are talking about AEW where they don't even have to like tag in and out.
Yeah,
you're worried about Texas deathmatch rule compliance.
My thing was,
well, they got like a 6 or 7 count in tag matches or something.
Yeah,
something ridiculous.
Don't you remember our go home segment? My whole gimmick about it's like 20 seconds, or you got 5 seconds, but it's like AEW 5 seconds because it'd be like 30 seconds. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Do like a survey for our 100th episode. Like, just survey as many wrestlers as possible. Like, does pineapple really belong on pizza?
We have a 100th episode coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, we've got to start thinking about what we're gonna do for our big special 100th episode. It can be big. It can be done. It can be big.
Oh my gosh.
We got to draw the line somewhere. Gotta get him out over that one. Kane be big.
Dude, so how do you guys feel about Adam Cole being the next guy?
Oh, that's happening at Revolution. Adam Cole and Hangman.
I don't see it. I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet, though. I don't mind him being the #1 contender, but no, I don't see it. I don't see him taking the title yet.
No, he's not taking the title, but that's definitely the main event for the pay-per-view.
I think so too.
Yeah, and I'm not. Who's mad about that?
Not me. I'm here for it.
That match is going to be great,
people.
Yeah, that bump Hangman took from the blackout, just bounced off the stairs and then just.
Dude.
Oh, that was so dirty. That was disgusting.
I felt that. I felt it in my soul. That bump that Hangman took off the stairs.
No. Look at the science. Look at the science of that. I bet that bump hurt a fraction of what people think so. That steel bent. Like, look at it. It bent, but not a ton. I thought to myself when he took that, I was like, man, that actually probably felt like almost like a ring, you know? No, I'm crazy. Okay.
I think you're crazy. I think it's crazy. Metal.
I think, yeah.
You got timeout.
I was just like, I have nowhere else to go.
I don't mean to go backwards, but you guys talked about Pentagon digging up his old Lucha Underground mask, the Pentagon.
We did not.
Oh, I did not know.
No.
We did not.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. He went to the cemetery, dug up his old Lucha Underground mask for the return of Pentagon Dark after Malachi Black sprayed that black mist at him.
Nice. Oh, so do you think that? So does that mean an alignment coming, or is that a feud coming?
I think it's more of a feud.
Yeah.
I expect it to
Dark
twist.
Yeah. I expect it to be like a Mexican death match or something. That's gonna happen.
Interesting. I kind of think sometimes that leads to alignment.
It could.
I can see that.
It wouldn't surprise me, but everyone thought Pac would join him because after he got sprayed with that mist too. So
yeah.
It's that he just became blind.
I saw the worst comment on Facebook today. Someone said, "Does this mean Penta might actually be good now?"
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what?
Somebody just sneaked up on me right there.
Oh my god.
I'm tired of like comments like that about some of these really good wrestlers. I'm also tired of the comments like, oh well, so I see that AEW is just gonna like support all. Oh, hey, boss.
I'm wearing her shirt too.
Everybody watch what you say.
I know, but was
I
it
think
mask
the mask
red?
was red. Yeah, I think
So that wasn't the exact one. So was it the design but different color?
I think it was like a darker design, but it has a red outline around it. So it was like one of those Lucha Underground-ish masks they used to wear then. But yeah, like feuding with
So it's still a hint towards the throwback. Not exactly.
Yeah.
Good call out, Thunder.
Yeah, I'm curious to then when Phoenix comes back if he's gonna do some dark stuff because
So I'm wondering, isn't that sooner than we thought? Because the injury looked horrible, but they said the recovery time was going to be a third of what they thought of it.
It's that guy's made of rubber. I don't know.
Ray Phoenix is not human, so
yeah, no,
it's amazing.
Dude, dude is like he's like a Jedi and like.
I mean, how many was it?
Wolverine?
Was that like 2 years ago when? What show was it at in Austin or San Antonio?
No, it was an Austin show.
3 years ago, he got the stinger. Yeah.
Because Numero Uno went and like took him to the hospital.
Yeah,
It's just like ever since then, it's just like, man. I was gonna say he can't catch a break, but I think he catches all breaks.
He does
everything. He breaks so much stuff in his body.
No, but that's the thing. It did, Christian. You're right. It looked bad, but he didn't break anything. He did not break one bone.
Yeah, it was just a dislocation.
No, not even a dislocation. All they said was that it was strained.
Wow.
The luckiest man in the world.
That would strain me too.
I was like,
that would put a strain on me too. But I mean, there had to be something dislocated. I gotta say, I'm sorry.
Strained the hell out of me. I have one thing to talk about real quick before we move on. It's kind of like all of us related. GCW gave Nick Gage a contract.
Yes, they did. The only contract they said they will ever give out. I love it. I'm glad.
I think Brett's full of shit on that one, but not in a bad way. I just think GCW has every bit the potential to become that big. But I thought it was really cool they gave Nick Gage a contract just because GCW wanted to pay homage to Nick Gage. Yeah. And that's factual. Like, honestly, for a lot of people out there that are just really learning about GCW and Nick Gage, GCW is nothing without Nick Gage. I mean, Nick Gage's relationship with Brett Lauderdale really helped the whole situation get to where it is. Brett Lauderdale, keeping Nick Gage up while he was in jail. Like, a lot of cool stuff that they've done together and helped GCW get big. So I thought that was really cool. So, like Nick Gage, since since showing up on AEW and wrestling Jericho, so much cool shit has happened for him and GCW. So, that's one thing I will say to the AEW crowd, fan base, something like
they love him.
Like really making stars out of people. And Nick was already a star to a lot of us, but now people are starting to see what Nick really is and what he meant. And that contract, a one and only type of deal, that's pretty freaking cool. So I just thought we would shout that out here.
Absolutely. I thought that was great. I love the fact that, Nick Gage has helped build GCW, especially over this past year. Everybody can put it on Cardona, but man, if it wasn't for Nick Gage, though, there'd be no Cardona on the level he is now because Nick Gage put him over big time.
Oh, yeah.
Like he sold it 100%. Like he, babyface to the crowd. Matt Cardona comes in so he could heal it up. I mean, it's just been really great the way they've done that. Yeah.
Perfect storm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I want to say another cool thing I saw, just because I saw his comment on Facebook as well. The jacket that Moxley wore was Akira.
Akira's,
that was so cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even Akira was like, wait, what? Everybody was marking, everybody was like on Twitter going, oh my God, he's wearing Akira. And Akira was like, wait, what? And he's like, let me go check it out. I was like, what?
Ashley caught that.
Ashley
caught that. We were sitting here watching AEW together. Of course, she just hears all the deathmatch and shit in the background when I watch them. She was like, wait, is that your Akira? I was like, yeah.
You're Akira.
Akira. Dude,
awesome.
that's so cool because then
that's awesome.
Yeah, because he made sure he was like in the middle of the camera. It's like boom, Akira. Like,
yeah,
nice.
Great people, man. You gotta love Mox.
He is great people, man.
During the before the Moxley match with FTR.
Nice.
Well, he's done that before, right? I mean, Moxley comes out in like different shirts of other people.
Yeah, but the crowd was actually chanting GCW, and I think Moxley.
Oh yeah, they're right.
Oh yeah.
And he did acknowledge it. Yeah, it's a good thing. There's obviously some kind of a decent relationship between AEW and GCW, so you can't.
And there's one more thing about
Nick
Nick Gage. So he's making I'm in Florida, so he's making a very rare appearance at a local indie promotion called ARW. So he's on his way down here in Florida. I think it's March the 20th, of which I'm actually going to that show. So I'm going to actually do a meet and greet with him as well. So
be a little busy that weekend.
Hey,
my definition of once in a lifetime, because I don't think he's ever going to come back down here after the show. So
I'm gonna be a little busy that weekend.
Fly down there and do that with you. Hey, you
No,
care if
come on
I
down.
along and hang out with you?
March
That's fine with
20th.
me.
Yeah.
So Brad's in my wedding that March 19th. Just for the record, in case I don't know anyway, he just got yanked out of the show.
I was like, there's something going on that time.
Yeah, I'm getting married, and Brad's in the
Well,
wedding.
congratulations.
But
Mazel tov.
it looks like he's about to ditch me to go to Florida to go see Nick Gage. It sounds
Yeah,
like
just to come find Nick Gage. Yeah,
I'll
but
take his
this
spot.
show is actually action packed. I don't know how
Okay,
this dude does it, but he's got Nick Gage coming. He's got Impact World Champion Moose coming. He's got Vincent. He's got Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, and Davey Richards is actually defending the.
Tavy's such a.
He's
cool
actually
guy.
a champion too, so he's defending his title against Shannon Moore in a 2 out of 3 falls match. So
Shannon Moore. Oh wow.
Shannon Moore's
Nice.
still wrestling, believe it or
Oh
not.
yeah, he's very and is in decent shape. Like he's not.
Yeah,
a
he's
sloppy
in
still
great
wrestling
shape.
Kind of thing. Yeah, he looks good.
And Ryzen's also fighting. I think they announced a 3-way death match with him, Vincent, and then I forgot who else it was. But yeah,
I heard deathmatch. So we have to bring Numeros back in. That's just like a rule. If the word deathmatch was said, he has to come back. That immediately gets some permission to come back into the show.
This company's trying to go more like deathmatch and for most of their fights. But yeah, they're bringing like a whole bunch of guys down here. I know Jimmy Lloyd was in this promotion.
Jimmy fucking Lloyd.
Oh wow.
Gifter boy.
I want to. I forgot who else is coming, but they bring like
It sounds like a pretty solid card already. Yeah.
G Raver was actually here recent, one of the more recent shows down here. So I mean, it's getting around. So
Cool, man. Well, looks like we're kind of getting to the point where we're gonna end how we've been ending lately.
Yep.
A little awkward transition to Mount Rushmore, because we did talk about feuds a little bit throughout the show.
Yeah, we did.
So this week's Mount Rushmore is best feuds. I don't know if JP Riley wasn't made aware of that, but I'm sure he can come up
No,
with
he's
something.
aware. He
I was
reminded
aware.
me.
Last week we were talking about it. I told Angel last night. I was like, "Bro, did you come up with your feuds?" He's like, "No."
See, I do mine. Like I'm gonna do the next week's one today, otherwise I will forget to. So, anyways, let's see who can go first this time. I went first last week.
I say ladies
Since
first.
you're in,
Am I freezing? Oh shoot. I keep freezing.
you're
No.
freezing.
No, okay.
You're good. Yep. All right. Well, I guess we'll go with Mel.
All right, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I will say
rock and
this:
roll.
this heels last week. My number one heel was Rowdy Piper. By the way, guys,
Nice.
wasn't it? Yeah, heels was last week.
Yep.
So,
Hills was
going
last
back.
week.
All
I
right,
had him.
but I will-
I think 3 of us had him also on our Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
man, that guy had me so mad during his.
That guy got
promos.
stabbed, man. Once you get stabbed in a crowd because you're people hate you so much. Yeah. It's hard to say you're not a heel.
All right, in no
Kinda like
particular
Eddie
order.
Guerrero.
My best feuds. One, Hogan Savage, because I was so invested when I was younger. And Miss Elizabeth being torn broke my heart.
Yeah. Mega powers, and then they exploded.
And then they exploded. They're fighting over Miss Elizabeth. She was just checking on Hogan. She didn't mean it.
I mean, our fantasy football league is the league of the mega powers.
Yeah.
So that's about what the feud is. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Legit.
I think one of the best tag team feuds recently has been the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. I think every time that they have gone against each other, they've been putting on just bangers
the
and
matches
bangers.
are
And
bangers.
some of the
Yeah.
best matches. So I put Young Bucks, Lucha Bros.
Okay.
I had to pick a Kenny Omega one, and I was kind of torn, but I picked Kenny Omega versus Okada
Yep.
because Okada's the man.
He was in my
So-
top 10. That was in
That
my
was your
top 10. It was in my top 10.
It was a a stretch though, because he's had a couple of good ones, but
I know
so
it's
Kenny
hard to
Omega,
pick.
Okada.
Yeah.
And then for the last one, it might be controversial, but I don't care. This made her. But it's gonna be Becky versus Charlotte. And kind of Rousey, but more Becky Charlotte because it's still going on now.
Yeah.
And now I feel like it's more real now.
meh.
Yeah.
But you
Oh,
can,
and it's more real now that they hate each other. Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense.
But
Yeah.
I feel like it's still propelling Becky a little bit because as the more Ric Flair talks too, the more fodder it gives Becky to keep, talking.
Yeah.
I think my daughter liked your pick for the last one, Mel.
She agrees. Nice.
She agrees.
She agrees.
See,
I'm
girls
so-
unite. But yeah, I think that those are
That's a
mine. I
good
think Becky
They're
Flair
yours?
is going to keep going on for a while too.
Yeah, that's the thing is like that's going to be a feud that is nowhere near done.
Yeah.
That's kind of like I think I'm pretty safe to say that a lot of ours. I mean, I know mine are all done. Like all these feuds that I have on my list, they're done.
Yeah,
These
mine
ones
too.
you're saying these are great ones that could still go on for 5, 6, 8 years. I mean,
And I was hesitant to say Charlotte Flair because technically she's feuding with the Flairs because Rick keeps saying stuff, about being the man and blah blah blah, and so
yeah.
Ric
he
Flair
keeps
needs to get
giving her
off Twitter.
fuel.
Is what he needs to do.
Yeah, he needs to stay off Twitter for a little while.
For sure. All right, JP, you're on deck then. Since you nominated the first, you can go second.
So, let's
Good
see.
job,
I got.
Mel.
Yeah, good job. So I'm trying to you guys. I'm trying to think along. I know one of them off the top of my head because growing up with it, Tommy Dreamer versus Raven in ECW.
That was on my list too.
Major legendary feud that probably went like 6 or 7 years or something like that.
7 years. Well, technically, they say it's still going. There was an interview like 6 months ago on Busted Open. They were both on it, and they're like, "Who said it's over?"
Of course it is.
Of course they are.
That's that kind of feud. Yeah.
Another one. Angel knows this very well. Misawa versus Kobashi.
Yep.
Mhm.
Awesome feud. They never ever had a bad match, no matter if it's singles or a tag match. It's always awesome to watch it.
I did when I was researching for mine. I see a bunch of other lists, and that one was on 85% of lists all over the internet.
Yeah.
Like that was a very, very big one.
And then I'm gonna go old school with this one a little bit with Steamboat versus Flair.
Ooh, good one.
Awesome feud during the 80s. Another feud that never had a bad match.
That trilogy, that huge trilogy they had was just
incredible.
Yep.
And well, the fourth one, I mean, growing up with it, like when you think of feuds mainly, even if it's in the WWE, WWF, it's Austin versus McMahon. So no matter what, you always going to think about that. And there's always guys saying, well, I want this feud to reignite. But then when they try, it sucks.
Yeah.
So nothing will ever replicate Austin versus McMahon. So that's my 4.
Yeah, that was on my list too. I think that was. We'll see. What you made it.
Do I got to prove from you too?
That's a good one. I don't think she liked yours. That was negative.
Yeah, she was like, nope.
Nope. Nice try.
I didn't pick any ladies. I'm so sorry.
Nice try. All right, I guess we'll just go in order of how we're rotating around here. Or I guess I can go next. How about that? I'll go next. Or y'all, who wants to go next?
Go ahead.
Go for it, Josh.
I'm usually first or last, so I can go in the middle. Right. So mine, I'm gonna start one that we've talked about recently when we were talking about this talent. Bubba Ray, Dudley, and Dixie Carter.
Yes.
That feud because of the payoff. Because I mean, I've been watching wrestling for 40 years, and when that happened, like I was just like, finally he got her through the temp table. You know what I mean? Because he was like everywhere through the table, had her name on the table. So that one made it in there for me. Shawn versus Brett. I mean, it kind of like started changing wrestling on the WWE side, just by how it finished. With all the was it. Did he know? Did he not know? And then all the, I mean, just that rivalry alone. I mean, Shawn Michaels goes to anywhere in Canada and still gets like booed out of the country. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like they just hated him so much. Like so I think that a deserving. I had a coin flip kind of between JP's Stone Cold and Vince McMahon, but I actually went with Stone Cold versus The Rock. I think. Like you got like two of the biggest names like in their history of the company against each other at their peaks, like when they were both in their primes. I mean, that's about as good as it gets, I think, for a one-on-one rivalry, in my opinion. Because I'm big fans of both of them, so it was just kind of like, man, I just never lost. Like you don't lose in those. It's like it's just you're watching greatness against each other. And then for me, and this isn't an order to me. Like this is the number one feud for me. When you think of feuds, and if you grew up in Texas, and if you're old like me, you can't have a Mount Rushmore without Freebirds versus the Von Erichs. I mean, it was a 5-year nonstop feud. Where Freebirds couldn't go anywhere in Texas up there around Dallas. There's this. That was to me what a feud. That's when I learned. Oh, that's what a feud is. that's when people don't hate each other, and this is how a story's supposed to go. Yeah. So that's my 4.
Is it me?
Yeah, go ahead, man. You're on.
Am I last?
No.
Dang.
You want to be last? You want to be last? You can be last.
Yeah, let me go last.
Okay, Angel.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go with the ones you guys already said. So for me, Attitude Era, nothing like for me. Rock and Austin. I mean, their matches are legendary. They're both amazing on the mic. Like it's on both ends. It was always great. Never seen a bad match with them. Loved it. So I was tossing between. I love Okada versus Omega. That should be it. But for me, it's Okada versus Tanahashi.
Yes.
Yeah, because like that was like the ones I've named. That's the one feud I got to see, and that emotion when that bell rang in Dallas G1, I went they called me on camera. I went fucking bonkers because I'm like,
I legit sent Angel that screenshot of him going bonkers. That when I saw the show live, I was like, oh my god.
Yes, because it was the first match that Okada had when he came back from excursion, and Tanahashi was that guy that Okada had to pass, and then they teamed up. Now they're teaming up. It's great. So definitely that I have to put that one there. For me, HBK versus Taker. This goes back from the Attitude Era, right? When the original Hell in a Cell, the stuff they've had back and forth, but it culminates with those 2 WrestleMania matches. Just beautiful storytelling.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
And I was going back and forth, and I think for me, just it's a 3-way rivalry. It was the Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys versus Edge and Christian.
TLC.
I mean, TLC. I mean, like every combination they had, it was just like I was like, there's no way they can top it, and they always did. All 3 of them were very different characters. All 3 did very different things, and yet they made it work. So that had to be my 4th one.
Nice. That's very outside the box thinking on that one.
Yeah,
I like it.
Good
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
Real outside the box thinking.
Oh no. You wanted to go last.
You had your chance.
All right. I do.
That's why it's hard to go last. It's always hard to go last. I'm usually the one that goes last. I was like, I'll go in the middle.
I think I'm going to call an audible and pull one out of my butt because I'm going to replace Edge and Christian because that was on mine. That was on mine. But you guys have already called one of my other ones. You cannot have a Mount Rushmore, and I'll stand by this. I'll die on this fucking hill. You cannot have a Mount Rushmore of feuds without The Rock versus Stone Cold. I mean, it's probably was a bigger feud than Stone Cold and Vince McMahon because The Rock and Stone Cold fought multiple times, and it was never a bad match. Like, it was huge. Everyone, what's up, Dimitri? My dude right there. But yeah, man, we gotta have The Rock versus Stone Cold. Another one that I put on there was actually, you guys will love this one. Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn in the ECW.
Yeah.
Man, really, like, honestly, like, ECW, I said GCW, ECW. ECW has did a ton of crazy shit before.
I'm just going to pop up some of the comment ones.
But it was like Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn had the craziest match. I'll never forget Rob Van Dam kicking Jerry Lynn while he was sitting on the ropes, and he fell. Tried to take a safe bump out. His foot got caught in the ropes, and Jerry Lynn takes an 8-foot dive right into a mat on the concrete outside, face first. It was crazy. It just, man, yeah, it does. It was the fucking banger. Another one I had was, I guess I don't have time to call an audible, so I'm gonna put Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian versus the Dudley Boys. I mean, that tag team feud changed the game, and it changed everyone's career. It was just it changed ladder matches. It
happened in Texas, right?
Right. A lot of, I mean, just crazy stuff with it. So shout out to those 3. And my last one, I didn't want to do this, and I specifically talked to for a while. And also shout out to Ashley because Ashley mentioned NWO as a possible feud that we should all have. She just brought that one out of her butt while we were talking, and I just think that's amazing that she would even be able to.
I'm proud of your girl right now. I can see the pride.
I can't even believe
that's my boo.
I can't believe she listens as much. But I told her, I mean, I really didn't want to use Hulk
sorry.
Hogan on my list at all because I feel like Hulk Hogan did so many different feuds over the years, but so many of them ended in disaster because Hogan refused to put people over. That's a good list too.
Against Morishima, that I just watched that both their matches earlier this week.
I go with Nigel. And
those are great matches. Morishima.
I went with Sting. I went with Sting versus Hogan.
That's a good one.
Sting
versus Hogan.
Oh.
Sting versus Hogan.
Wait.
The main reason was because it produced the Crow Sting. I know the end was a flop, but you have to think that what we got out of that was a revolutionary Sting that we probably wouldn't still have if he hadn't made that character transition.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I was gonna say,
I know that's what I said too, man. I am a personal believer that Andre versus Hogan was the only feud that ever ended the way that it should have. But I think
that was a weak. To me, that honestly was a weak feud.
And it made the world watch, dude. It made the world watch. Like
that match was good. Yeah.
People were talking about Hogan and Sting. They had a NASCAR. It was a Starcade, man. Like it was crazy. Like the world heard about that feud.
Did Hogan?
Because I was like, I don't even think that's Sting's best feud, but I get what you're saying. Effect on the business.
Yeah. Right. I just said like the fallout, man. Like when you think about feuds that like it happened and then it was over, and the business, the people involved were bigger. I can tell that. Man, Matthew, you know, he trigger heavy today. I've been in there 5 times. Pastico's in there. I don't want to go back, man. It's stinky in there.
Hey, did Hulk Hogan ever fight Sting when he was bleach blonde?
No.
No.
Oh, I had to.
No.
I mean, no. Oh, come on, guys. Think about it. Think about it. I want you to line up and think about it. Not one-on-one. Not one-on-one. Not one-on-one.
That's fair. Yeah, like have there ever been in the ring? I was curious to see how that interaction was.
Have they in the ring together? Yes. One-on-one, no. Interacted with in the ring together with bleach blonde Sting?
Yeah. I think that's what
against each other, right?
Right.
No.
Hogan always protected himself, and Sting couldn't. You couldn't really let Sting lose in a weird fashion. So I bet you they were in tag matches or shit like that together. But there's just think about it. Yeah.
That's a good one. I think it's Sting feuds. I think it's Sting and Flair. But yeah.
I just want to book Dimitri to hang out and talk about old WCW and Ring of Honor shit. That's it.
Ooh, that's just a good one too. Abdul the Butcher and Maniac Mark Lewin. Maniac Mark Lewin was a scary freaking dude, man.
I don't know that guy actually.
Abdul the Butcher and Carlos Colon.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's a little more there, but this is kind of a Texas thing because that was like in World Class they had that also because Mark Lewin was around here a lot. That dude was crazy. Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not lightening it. I'm not against what you said, but Maniac Mark Lewin was a scary dude when I was a kid. Cool, man. So is this where we discuss? So I think I put up everybody's that put in the comments, and those are all good. I don't disagree with any of them.
Yeah,
it's hard, man. We can do we say, oh, it's our top 4, and we can list 30. We literally have like 15 to 20 that are all like, oh, those are good too. Those are good too. It's hard. So we didn't have a plan. We never planned things.
Yeah, come on now, you know better.
I'm on plan. What is that?
It's like, well, we have a show at 7:30. Who's coming? All right, cool. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, that was a good one too.
Yeah, I wanted to pick that one.
Generico
Yeah,
and Steen and Generico was the real feud.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one. So next week, what are y'all thinking? What did we do last week? We did Heels. We did movies.
Heels.
Match stipulations. Like gimmicks, match stipulations, like Hell in a Cell, cage match, ladder match, lumberjack.
So stipulations or match? Because I guess that's the same thing.
Gimmick type. Anything that changes a match from just a standard wrestling match to, there's this added factor.
Anything besides a one fall match.
So basically like elevates the feud.
I mean, it doesn't even
or anything.
Elevates
the match.
Gimmick or
some panty match. Like that.
Rule. Yeah. Rule involved. Last man standing match, that counts.
I couldn't find the clicker. Hold on. Other than you're out of there for that one.
Thank you. Thank you, Josh.
There's usually only one row, and I had to go to the second row. I couldn't find it.
Angel went in timeout, and for a split second, I thought it was me. And I was like, what did I say this time? Dang.
So wait. So are you saying it a specific match? Like it had to be like a TLC match with the Hardy Boys, Dudleys, and like Christian Edge? Or are you just saying just
your favorite
just
gimmick
okay, I
matches.
got you.
Because you know, like how they build up is like this time it's gonna be Hell in a Cell. You know, like it makes it a Hell in a Cell match.
I got you.
Anything other than a 1v1, even you can even come in and say tag match if you want.
Yeah, that's what I say. So long as it's not a one-on-one single fall match, it counts.
Right.
Exploding death ring. Pew.
Man, I'm to think about those.
Kane? How about Kane on a pole match? I should go into time.
We got a Vince Russo.
Put himself in timeout for that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. That's the.
Well, damn. I guess that's that. Shit. I mean, wait. So we're doing matches then, right? Or stipulations?
Yeah, like favorite gimmick matches, basically.
Favorite gimmick matches.
Okay. Shit.
There've been some good ones.
Oh, don't worry. You got a week to think about all this.
See, we say that, but like, so I always wait till like before the show. Like, I really should think about it.
I do it as soon as we shut it off. I do it right. Like I'm about to do it right now. Otherwise, it'd be bad. Awesome. Well, I guess that's another victory, and it looks like we're all like no one's in timeout now. This is a good win.
No, we're good, man. Like, hey, it's a great day. Go Nets. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful time. Yeah.
Stop it with the Nets.
We were
Thank
so close.
you.
We were so close to getting out of here without somebody in timeout.
Close.
So y'all will see Angel next week. Awesome.
My streak continues. I have not been in timeout, so I'm very proud of myself. Thank you very much. Don't do it.
He's asking
Don't
for
it.
That's a
if you're in the San Antonio area tomorrow, come out to Heavy Metal and hang out with us. A bunch of us will be there.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.